time of my life. I never felt this way before.
From building timelines to assigning the right people and even spotting risks across dozens of projects, Monday Sidekick knows your business, thinks ahead, and takes action. One click on the star and consider it done.
And I owe it all to you.
Try Monday Sidekick. AI you'll love to use on Monday.com.
Hey, before we get started, a quick note for listeners. This episode of Drag Race Recap is being released on the public feed as a one-time preview for the season, so you can hear what our full moment-by-moment recap show sounds like. Going forward, all full Drag Race Recap episodes will live exclusively on Patreon and Apple Podcast subscriptions. The Big Takeaway and our deeper analysis show, Rulaska Thoughts, will continue to be available on the public feed throughout the season. If you enjoy this episode and want full recaps every week, ad-free and early, plus bonus shows and extras, you can support the network at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia or on the app. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for Season 18, Episode 1, titled You Can't Keep a Good Drag Queen Down. My name's Joe Batance, and I am joined, as always, by one effervescent co-host from the podcast, Bravo, Bravo, effing Bravo. Please say...
God hates me right now.
To Mr. Nathan Patrick Brown.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, how are you? You seem very excited.
Yes, I'm so excited to be back talking about this season. Let's do it. 2026, year of the fucking horse. Let's go.
Is that what it really is? Year of the horse?
Yeah, I mean, not until like February, but yes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a horse.
I know.
So this really is my year. Shut up.
Do you think that you get really upset? Is it because the Lord, does the Lord Mayor listen to this show?
But you know what? She might dip in and out.
Oh,
She
really?
might. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, she can't because this is a Patreon-only show now.
Sucked in, bitch.
Yeah, well, to be very clear, we don't have to do as much of a Patreon plug here.
Thank God.
On this. But, this show, this is one of the reasons I've split it up. There's a lot of reasons, right? But one of the positives about it is it was such a pain in the ass because I do want the full episodes to be on the public feed, right? It is the record of our show. And I found it to be a pain in the ass for this last season because there was already an existing show there. And what do I do? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I was like, with this now, I can just post them. Backdate them, post them, the end. End of story. And so now, so these will be on the public feed at some point. So we are going to take a break. But
Okay.
But they don't think the only Patreon plug I will do, and this is the one we always do, but it's because it's an internal plug, is if you're on premium level or any other level, because this is going to be free on the public Patreon part a week later. Just Between Us Girls, executive tier level and above, they get Just Between Us Girls. And I will say, for you Nathan fans, speaking of hung like a horse, almost the entirety of the episode was Nathan telling a sex story. And I did my own version of a sex story and talked about Disneyland.
Well, Disneyland gives a better climax.
Don't give it away. I will say this. Everybody has a laughing place in both stories. Except Splash Mountain doesn't exist anymore. So I guess the laughing place joke doesn't work anymore.
Right. Well, it still exists at Tokyo Disneyland.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so you can get Just Between Us Girls over there on the executive tier. I'm just ignore whatever comment you just made, and I'm not going to talk for 22 minutes about something.
You made
else.
it. I didn't say shit.
You didn't bring up.
You did. You always do.
Which is funny because this just happened about a minute ago. How am I not knowing what happened?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. It's a brand new year and a brand new season, and 14 new contestants walk into the workroom. For this week's mini challenge, the girls vie for the title of Scream Queen. For this week's maxi challenge, the girls must design an outfit from unconventional materials left from Drag Race past. On the main stage, Kenya Pleaser and Mandy Mango were placed in the bottom two. Meanwhile, Nini Coco and Didavanti Star were placed in the top two and forced to duke it out in a lip sync battle for the win. In the end, you know what's weird? I had to record this separately last night for the big takeaway. And each time when I got here to lip sync battle for the win, I almost said for both times for the wind. I don't know why. All right. In the end, Nini Coco was named the winner of the challenge, while the bottom two lived to see another day. Nathan Patrick Brown were the right two queens in the bottom, were the right two queens in the top, and did the right queen win the episode? Now, I've already answered this on the big takeaway, but we have not heard your position here. What is it?
Yeah, I thought the bottom two and the top two were pretty much correct. I feel like you could have done some swapping around with like that third place, like the other bottom, other top girl. But the bottom and the tops were generally, I thought, quite fair. My issue is with having a top two instead of having a bottom two. I just think if you're going to make it a design challenge, put the bitches in the lip sync who are wearing like scraps of fabric and can actually dance instead of the ones in like structural gowns. And like, I wasn't happy with the whole non-elimination, one person's the winner thing. Like, nah, fuck that. So I will say, no, the right person didn't win just because they should have been a Rue decision, not a lip sync decision.
You know what I'm going to do right now? Because I feel we should ask you this question right now. Because I don't know if this was, I don't know how it came across in the big takeaway, but I want to say this first, and I'm going to ask you the same question I'm asking myself. The question I'm asking myself is, did I like this episode? Yes, I very much enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a really good episode, and I'm very excited for what's to come. I think having a cast of a lot of seasoned queens with a smattering of younger queens is a really good mix for this show. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily the most dramatic show, but it could be, but I think it'll be a very good competition. What did you think of this episode? Just from a gut reaction.
Hey, mostly the same. I thought it was very refreshing. I enjoyed the design challenge. I love that they went back to doing a design challenge first up instead of like a talent show, because like make them sweat straight away. I love that. The only negative I have about this episode is the top two. The top two.
Yeah, and I think I wanted to ask this question because I think sometimes, we start with something like that and then it just comes out with like negativity, and not that
was the one fail.
Yeah, not that on the whole it's negative, but I think we used to do this question: name two things you liked about the episode and one thing you didn't. I'm not going to bring that back, but like we should start with some sort of like, because I think sometimes when you're critiquing a show, and it's just people should know at home, it's not something that we set out to do, but there is. Because you're critiquing a show, your natural inclination is to sort of not ignore the good, but like not pay as much attention to it because there's not much to say about it. It was good, And so I'm glad you said that. Because I'm like, do you like the episode? Yeah.
No, I did love the episode. But I just think, imagine how good it would have been if Kenya was in the bottom and like was dancing in a shitty little fabric scrap and could actually move. Unlike Vita, who was just like, couldn't move.
Vita couldn't move, yeah, because the way the dress was. And also, I don't think, because people were like, she didn't know the words. I don't think either one of them was expecting the lip sync.
I know, so I'm like, tell them it's a top two before they go into Untucked so they can listen to the song.
In fairness, they're giving the songs before they go there. And I think it's kind of ballsy to not even prepare the song at all.
They should definitely be learning every song.
Yeah. What about, so the top two, so you agreed with the top two, you agreed with the bottom two. Did the right queen win the lip sync?
Yeah. Again, Vita couldn't move. I thought Nini Coco did a good job. And I loved her outfit. So yeah, I'm happy with her being the top.
All right. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we are going to jump right into the episode. We'll be back right after this.
DSW, Designer Shoe Warehouse, is the one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. With sneakers, boots, and everything in between for every style, mood, and occasion, you'll definitely find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. DSW has what you need, but more importantly, they have what you didn't even know you wanted. You never know what you'll find at DSW. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife, feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. But it's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI's not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. Their clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. They offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions that isn't one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will find that their mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the healthcare they deserve. Because they believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It is the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.
This episode is brought to you by Stouffer's. Here comes three-time juggling champion Natalia Rogers. She's juggling law school, her TA job. Oh, narrowly catches the laundry. What's that fourth ball? Parents unexpectedly showed up at dinner time? Is that too much for Natalia? Not with Stouffer's Chicken Alfredo and its mouth-watering mix of Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. When you're juggling four things at once and the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
And we are back. All right, we're going to go through the workroom entrances right now. I don't know that we need to really go through every single one. Here's what we're going to do, Nathan. I'm going to read who came in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You tell me if you have anything to say about them. And if I have anything to say about them, I'll say something too. All right? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, and I will say, I thought they all were a lot more likable than they were on the Meet the Queens.
Oh, really? There were some that I was like, ugh. What were they thinking? Right? There were some that were likable too. All right. Next, first we have Athena Dion. She's the one that's the drag mom of Morphine Love Dion, Plain Jane, and the grandma of Juicy Love Dion. Any big thoughts on her?
No, I thought she came off great.
I'm going to say even from the very beginning, I've said this episode, I don't know that I got this in the Meet the Queens, but I think I'll say this. It's giving top 3 energy.
It is. It really is.
All right. Next, we have Kenya Pleaser from South Carolina. She was the one that was the Lizzo impersonator. Any big thoughts here on her? Just on the workroom entrance.
I really enjoyed her, and I'm glad she was early so that she could be there to comment when all the other queens were coming through.
Definitely. I don't know how far she's going to go, but definitely a big TV personality who's going to be memorable no matter how far she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was she doing a Lizzo look when she walked in? Or was it just meant to be reminiscent of Lizzo? Because I was like, that's kind of a bit of a red flag if you're like, I'm a Lizzo impersonator and I'm coming in dressed as Lizzo. I'm like, is that Lizzo or is that Kenya? I couldn't quite tell.
I don't know. Okay, here's the deal. You're thinking that I remember what each one of them looks like when they walked in.
Right.
I have my notes here, but you're like, does she look like, I'm like, I don't know.
But you know what I mean? It's like Derek Barry coming in as Britney, and it's like, you should really be coming in as Derek.
But then would you say the same thing about Chad Michaels coming in as Cher?
Yes.
But did she come in as Cher? I feel like she almost kind of intentionally did not.
I don't think she did.
She didn't with that stupid Hunger Games shit. Or was that on All Stars?
She did do Happy Hunger Games at All Stars, I think.
All right, next we have Nini Coco from Denver, Colorado. She's a costume designer and a former mechanical engineer. Any big thoughts here?
I liked this entrance look a lot. I liked that it was like a raincoat tearaway. Yeah, it was one of the most interesting looks for me.
Yeah, you know, she gets dragged by that stupid Discord Adams later. And I'm like, no, this look was really on point. Really colorful, really nice, really well crafted. I was a big fan. And as we saw, she's really good at it. Discord, I haven't watched Untucked yet, which is so funny. But it seems like Discord has a thing for this. Not thing sexually, but like she's gunning for Nini Coco.
Nini.
Yeah. It is funny, though, because, you know, she's a mechanical engineer, right? And it's how they set these girls up, because then she's around the table and Athena just goes, so what do you do for, and you're like, why would you ask that question?
Yeah, because the answer you'd think would just be like drag.
Yeah, like, it's like, yeah, I'm on a drag competition. What do you mean? Why would you ever question the other one? Like, and especially after her, who has a mechanical, like, it's weird. It was very strange.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have Jane Don't from Seattle. She's the one that's a sister to Bosco and Irene the Alien.
Yeah, I don't know what my problem is with her. Like, I feel like the look was good. I feel like she's funny. I feel like she's giving everything she's got, but I just don't vibe with her for some reason.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I did write a mean joke here.
Say it.
Because they were like, is that Jinx Monsoon? Because she really did look a lot like Jinx Monsoon.
Yeah.
But bigger. So I just wrote all I have here, but I knew what I meant. The only note is more like Spanx Monsoon.
Okay, good job.
Thank you. I was really proud of myself. I wrote that joke down. Discord Adams from St. Petersburg, Florida, by the way, where Taylor lives. Self-proclaimed drag rock star who sews her own looks. Any thoughts here?
Yeah, this one I thought I was being like gaslit because I was like, I don't get why it's good. I don't get it. Like, I know it should be good, but it's not good. And she's like, yeah, I made this. And it's like, but what is it? Is it a bag? Is it a chain? Is it a ball? Is it
I'm glad you
like,
said
what the fuck
that.
are you doing?
I'm glad you said that. I did not like her entrance look at all. I didn't like it. And I was questioning myself, like.
Yes. And I was like, that wig would be so much better without the leopard print spots.
I didn't like
why
it.
did you have to add that?
But it shows you how much confidence pays off, because she was so confident about it that I was questioning myself. Where I was like, am I an idiot? You know?
Same with her look later on in the episode. She was so convincing. I'm like, oh, maybe she should be in the top. And then I looked at it again and I was like, no.
But you know what's so funny is I was saying I want to correct something that I said. Oh, we can get to the looks. Next, we have Mia Starr.
Oh, I thought she was very forgettable here and throughout the whole episode. She fades away.
She really does. Very impressive resume. And I remember thinking in Meet the Queens that she's going to be like, oh, she's going to be one to watch. And she was very forgettable.
And she's friends with J-Lo.
Friends with J-Lo. Next, we have Didi Fuego. I already did my whole rant on her. But just between us girls and on the big takeaway, she's the Latina queen who is the whole production. Your thoughts on her?
I thought it was very funny when she said she's not cha-cha-cha. And then, like, Athena was like, your name's fucking Fuego. What are you talking about? Like, I love that they're calling her out already.
Yeah.
But the look, I can't quite remember.
I'm not going to remember any of these looks.
Yeah.
Next, except I did remember Nini Coco's. Next, we have Juicy Love Dion. She is the granddaughter. She's also from Miami of Athena Love Dion. She is Athena Love Dion. What do you think about her?
I really liked this entrance look. I think I'm going to really like Juicy. I just still don't understand how Athena's her mother, but also her grandmother, but her mother, but her grandmother. Can we get some fucking clarity on that?
This is my guess. This is what my guess is. My guess is that what she means is that Morphine Love Dion is her drag mother, in that Morphine chose her to adopt as her drag daughter, but that Morphine's so busy doing other things that the one who's actually done the role of the drag mother is Athena Love Dion.
Okay. Because I was sort of like, is it just grandmother, but they're saying mother to sort of bulk up the storyline a little bit?
Yeah, so you know what? Just to branch off here, I think she looked really good. I agree with you. But there's something about her. I feel she's going to have quite the storyline. I feel she's going to have the obnoxious young girl thinks she's just has to just show body yaddy yaddy, and she's gonna have to get spanked down, knocked down a few pegs, but then I think has the potential.
And I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Next, we have Vita Von T. Star. She's the pageant queen and title holder, and she's also a costume designer.
Yeah, she seems great. I think she's someone I undersold in the Meet the Queens, and now I'm like, oh wow, she could be a front runner.
I'll say this, and I wrote this down, and this is actually another outfit I remember, because they were all gagging over it. I didn't really like it. And you know, I think the reason I didn't like it, I'm wondering if this is a problem we'll see throughout the season with her, is I feel she might not know how to edit. I think we saw a good example of it in this entrance look, but I think she did a really fantastic job on the challenge. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering, because that's what I didn't like about the look, the entrance look, is it just seems she didn't know how to edit.
I think you're right. Like, even with the challenge look, it's like, just take the little disco balls off, and it's perfect. Mm-hmm. And with this one, it's like, yeah, just take one extra little thing off.
Yeah. Next, we have Briar Blush. She's retro, she's goth, and she has a little bit of a Boston attitude. Your thoughts here?
I hate her. I think she's annoying. I think she's a brat, and the look doesn't justify her attitude.
Yeah, she is one, and I think someone challenged me about this, but she is one when we did Meet the Queens, I thought I might like her. I thought she might be one to watch, but she's really obnoxious, and we'll talk about it when we have her, because I'm actually kind of torn. I want to get your insight on that little fight she had with Adore Love Dion.
Athena,
I'm sorry. Athena Love Dion. So I want to get your thoughts there. All right, next we have Mandy Mango. She's the nurse.
And she'll tell us she's a nurse.
Oh, yeah. I have notes about that. Yeah. Your thoughts on her?
She looked a mess. She really did look a mess. I did not like it at all.
I didn't hate the look as much as you did, but then she didn't, how'd I put it? Like the look, I was like, okay, because the entrance look, you're like, okay, you want it to be a little flashy. You want it to be, you get a little bit of a wiggle room on the entrance look, right? But then as we see as a counterpart to what she designed, you're like, oh, okay. She might have taste level problems.
Well, I mean, just because you're a nurse doesn't mean you have to walk in a nurse outfit. You can show your personality. Like, you can have personality outside of career.
Because, here's the deal. And actually, we'll see what happens with Nini Coco. I bet you this Mandy Mango is one of these type A personality people, right? Mm. And so they're trying to, and RuPaul's even talked about this. She's trying to control the narrative. And by control the narrative, I mean, she's trying to literally hand the producers everything that they need right up front, which is a big mistake, as to why she would be a great contestant, which is a story, which is that she's a nurse who does HIV care, right? Mm. But it's like, bitch, just let us figure that out. Let us find that out. But we heard about it in Meet the Queens. She came in with a nurse's outfit. She mentioned it in the workroom. She mentioned it on the main stage, talking about it. And it's just like, it's, even though she's not a musical theater queen, it's that same kind of energy. Exactly.
It's like you already booked the gig.
Yeah.
Like that was all good for an audition tape, but like now you're on.
Yeah.
Start having fun.
Yeah.
And I just like talking about HIV isn't fun. Sorry. Like, yeah, it's important. Great.
Well,
but like, it's not fun.
It's also like a weird thing to make a joke about. Because at one point she says, oh, all these other queens have gonorrhea or something like that, right? And it's just like, I feel that's a joke you can do when you don't work in that field.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know if she's my nurse, if I want to see her making fun of people with
gonorrhea.
Sure. Where you're like, oh, that's my nurse. And so she makes fun of me behind my back.
Yeah.
Or she's my HIV nurse.
Yeah.
And it would be weird if you had, some sort of disease and your doctor is an expert in that disease and he goes on a reality show and jokes about that disease.
Yeah, and I think she should be careful because whereas like I don't know if Nini will be an engineer after this, she might be full-time drag, I feel like Mandy will still be being a nurse.
There's nothing wrong with either one of those.
No, I just mean her drag career is not going to take off after the show.
I know what you meant. All right, next we have Sierra Mist, spooky prosthetic makeup artist.
She missed.
Stupid. You've been waiting to make that joke.
Yeah. But she did, though.
You know what? She reminds me of, kind of looks-wise, attitude-wise, a young Tempest de Jour. She's giving me young Tempest de Jour.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
No.
Next, we have Darlene Mitchell. She's the one who's from LA, but then not from LA. Bedroom queen, gives country. Used to go by the name Trash.
I love Trash. I think Darlene is going to be my favorite for some reason.
Oh, you
I think
like
just because of
Darlene.
Trash. Yeah, I did. I liked it.
She kind of bugged me. Like I said, again, this is the last time I'm going to say this. Otherwise, you just have to concede that you have to just deal with the fact that I might have said this on another show. But I did say this is a big takeaway. There's this certain genre of white guy that I just don't vibe with. And she's in that genre.
It's just trash.
It's not a trashy thing. It's like a tall Frankenstein-y white guy. I can't get into it. And finally, we have Mikey Meeks. She's the hostess who gives glamour and camp. Your thoughts on her?
I thought she looked boring. And she's the one that I keep forgetting about, as well as Mia Star.
She, I saw her as a girl. I thought her look was fine. It was fine. But there was something about her look. I'm like, oh, I bet you she's going to be really cute as a boy. And then I saw her as a boy, and I was like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then there you go. That's the notes there on that. Anything else?
But for that whole section, the lights are off. And so I was like, good on them for doing something different, but I don't think it was really
I thought it was going to pay off more. I thought it was going to pay off like, oh my God, the workroom is different or something like that. No, it's just like, no, the lights are off for this stupid bit with Bob and Raja and
yeah, I don't think that bit worked. Do you think it worked?
Didn't say a goddamn thing.
I was just too busy focusing on pedaling. Yeah, no, I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah.
And the other thing I thought was funny was this Jane Don't, who I think she thinks it's all-star rules because she's so worried about alliances and like strategic blocks with all the Florida queens and that. And I just think that'll be fun to watch that as the series progresses.
All right, after all was said and done, the lights turn on and RuPaul enters the workroom for the very first time this season. Without much fanfare, RuPaul jumped right into this week's mini challenge. The girls must give their best scream surrounded by masked pit crew members. In the end, Kenya Pleaser was named the winner of the challenge. All right, Nathan Patrick Brown, any thoughts on this mini challenge?
Yeah, I loved it. I don't quite understand it, but I loved it. Like it's sort of like it was a photo challenge, but there was no camera. So
yeah, which you know what? I'm
doing.
here for it. I'm here for it because what it's saying is, you know what? Let's just stop with the charade, right?
Exactly.
We're just gonna be here. You're gonna do this, and we'll judge. Because if you think about the photo challenge, it's like you're taking these photos, and you're for what?
They're not going anywhere.
They're not going, and we're not going to be in a magazine or something, right? It's just. You're just taking the photos and like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to even do the photo thing. We're just going to have
and so it's like
Jamal
this one
Sims
was choreography?
the Nathan Brown of RuPaul's Drag Race now.
Yeah, you made that joke on,
is just to
on your
laugh.
first thoughts. I don't know if it landed then.
It landed on then, and now I have to say it to the person.
Yeah, no, I thought this was really fun and silly. I thought the audio mixer guy would be fucking furious though. Like, he had a bad job on set. But it was really fun. I thought Kenya was great. I was glad she won. I also liked Trash and I liked Discord. I thought she was okay. And yeah, it was great.
I had no opinions. I did really like it because I just love when RuPaul's just an old bitch and she called Nini, I think it was, right? Like Alicia Edwards.
That was so funny. Like all the gays were just like cracking up.
Yeah.
That would be my dream, to just be in a room with Ru when he's in one of his laughing fits. Mm-hmm. Like I just think that would be so contagious.
Did I mention on the show, I had it in my notes, but I might have mentioned this on the episode, that Athena looks like Q?
You did.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I don't get the Q of it all.
There's something about her face that just reminded me of Q. I think because Q used to make this weird face. Maybe because they both have fillers, and so it's just like the look of the fillers or something. I don't know. That's what it was giving
Maybe.
me. We all know Nini Coco's very cute. Just look at them in there. Okay. I was thinking about this because this happened in the workroom after the mini challenge. where they were like, who here's over 30? Because that meant in this room 30 was old. And I'm like, the way that Robert and Christian are at home wanting to shoot themselves in the mouth right now.
Right. Yeah.
Must be because, you know, both of those people really just hate being over 30.
Yeah.
It is silly to say that over 30 is old, though, I will say.
I mean, yes, but in drag terms, I guess. Well, on RuPaul's Drag Race, like who's getting cast, like compared to last season,
Drag Race, yes, and I think they were.
But
getting
no, I love that there's so many over 30s. Like, it makes a difference.
It makes a difference, and we're getting more experience, and it's a really good thing. All right, for this week's Maxi Challenge, the girls must use unconventional materials left over from previous seasons and create new runway-ready couture looks. In the workroom, the girls grab their materials and rush to get working on their outfits. Athena uses her newly learned sewing skills. Kenya realizes she didn't grab any fabric. Nini chooses to pay homage to La La Ri. Juicy relies on other queens to help her. Athena, her grandmama, elects not to help her. Meanwhile, Kenya pleads or deals with materials that fell apart. It's elimination day, and the girls get ready for the runway. Breyer takes Abe and Athena for taking advantage of Breyer's sewing skills. Kenya plans to just make the best of her outfit on the runway. Darlene looks around the room and knows she's scared. Meanwhile, Athena has an eye on her granddaughter, who seems to be stealing some of Athena's accomplishments. All right. I read a lot there, but that's because nothing really big happened, and we can just break this down beat by beat. So let's talk about the workroom after they announced the Maxi Challenge. Did you have any big thoughts there, Nathan Patrick Brown?
Just that I think it's a great maxi challenge. I like an unconventional materials, and I like that they they tried to tie it to previous seasons, and I think the successful queens actually did that, like a Nini Coco with the bag look. I feel like she gave herself storyline with that, whereas the other queens sort of just ignored it and just grabbed random shit. But I was like, this should be a good challenge. I love a design challenge. Make them sweat. It was great.
Any other thoughts on the workroom?
Yes. So this Kenya not grabbing any fabric. Like, I'm worried for her because she seems to be so struggle bus already, and there's like excuse. And it's just like, well, why didn't you grab fabric? Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, number one. And then it's like, okay, so you've got these hats. And the hats, I don't think that was a good idea in the first place at all anyway. And then she goes and she spray paints them. And then they somehow disintegrate. Like, I'm lost on what actually went wrong with Kenya, and I'm getting excuses, but I'm not getting like what the actual problem was.
So I actually feel sorry for Kenya because, again, you know, the theme of 2026 is me trying to show that I'm a good person.
Okay.
I feel sorry for her. I've been in those positions. I think she thought one thing and then it just didn't work out. They didn't show us the hats and how they disintegrated, you know, or how they fell apart.
But you know, we've had cameras out there when they're spray painting before, so I was like, I'd like to see that.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know what happened. But here is my guess, and I'm going to tell you guys this right now. This is not me saying I know. This is not me saying, oh, this is for sure what happened or anything. This is just an educated guess. Okay. And it shows the stupidity of the people who make this show. Now, look. And maybe this is the likely scenario. The likely scenario is that Kenya was so focused on getting the quirky things that she neglected to get some fabric. That could be a total possibility. And probably maybe that's the most, you know, Occam's razor explanation of it all, right? But there is a world where I imagine she was thinking to herself, I'm just going to focus on these hats. These dummies are getting the fabric because there is a wall of fabric in the workroom right behind me that I can use. And then the producers, after she did it, were like, oh, no. You can't use that fabric. Even though we have it there and they say things like you can use this fabric, you can't really use the fabric.
But I think even for an unconventional materials challenge, you shouldn't be using fabric. You know, like the challenge is to make fabric out of items. So that should never have been her game plan.
Is that true? That because I think you could make some like a basic black dress and somehow use the unconventional materials. Like, in other words, I think her initial plan with the hat was a good one. The idea seemed like a strong one, that she had strung these hats together and was going to make it, I don't know what you call it, the way it was going to hang on her, almost, you know, like a weird shawl, you know? I don't think it was a bad plan, right? Maybe she thought that would be the thing that she just puts on a basic dress. Also, here's the other thing she has to wrestle with, is she is a plus-size person, you know? Are they going to have enough umbrellas for her to make something out of it? I mean, she has a lot of challenge. She has more obstacles than the other girls do.
But she has agency, and I didn't see her use any of it, because I didn't see her go up to any of them saying, hey, has anyone got any spare fabric materials that I can make a fabric out of? Like, fucking Brian and Athena are trading, like, skills to make gloves and shit, but she's not doing anything.
They're little people. How are they going to have enough fabric for her?
Just walk around and ask them for a start.
But maybe she did. I don't know what's happened.
Well, maybe she did, but all I was getting was excuses and no actual, like attempts to fix it.
Well, I, for one, felt very sorry for her. I could see myself in the heat of the moment making a similar mistake. And I don't know. I felt sorry for her. I want to move on to something else. I want to move on to this Athena Dion. She's looking at her granddaughter, not knowing how to sew and struggling. And she chooses not to help her. What do you think of that decision there, Nathan?
I stand by it 100% because I can imagine when they're putting in tapes every year, she says to her baby, she's like, well, you know, I'm going to go and do 25 sewing lessons. Maybe you should too. Or she would have said, you know what? Sewing's always a good skill. And Juicy just ignores. So, like, don't get into the room unprepared and then now worry about it when I've been warning you for fucking months.
That is 100% what happened. They can't talk about it, but you know that they both knew that how far they were going in the show.
Yep.
They both knew that they were going to get cast. They knew what was happening. And it was very Three Little Pigs. Athena was building her house made of bricks, and Juicy was apparently building her house out of sugar cubes, right? And that's where, like, this is where you're really seeing it. They can't say it on the show because they can't concede that they both knew that they were going to be on the show. They both knew they were going to be on the show, but they can't say that. So she had to pretend like, oh, I'm just not helping her. But you know, the subtext was, you stupid bitch. I fucking told you.
Yep.
I'm going to do these sewing lessons with me. And she was like, no, mama, I'm just going to live my best life and I'm going to be there and be fierce and blah, 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 you know?
Well, and it's just like even basic things like putting in a needle and a thread. Like, I wouldn't know how to do that, but like I'd Google it beforehand. But she wasn't even ready to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing too, is I think Juicy loved Dion. I wouldn't even say it was resting on Pretty. I think she was resting on Georges. There's a lot of similarities physicality wise and theatrically that are very similar between the two. And I feel every season and every character has what they can and can't get away with. And like it or not, this Georges gets away with a lot. And I'm not approving or disapproving. You know, if RuPaul favors you, take advantage of it, right? But I think she was sort of thinking that she was going to be like a Georges, because she was even the runway was giving Georges. And it was one of these things where like, oh, Georges can do that, but mama, you can't do that. Right?
Yep. Agreed. And it's the same thing like that I was saying about Kenya. Like, at least try, you know, like at least try putting in the needle before you ask for any help. Yeah. But I just didn't see her trying at all. Yeah. And so that was annoying to me.
All right. Let's talk about this elimination day.
Okay.
I'm going to read it again because I feel there were lots of juicy things for us to talk about on elimination day. Little things we could talk about, but it's elimination day. The girls get ready for the runway. Great. Briar takes aim at Athena for taking advantage of Briar's sewing skills. So just give another explanation of what this is. Because we have people now who've told me, I've had at least 10 people, 10, Nathan, which has made me nervous for the season, by the way, as a whole, that they're not going to watch the show. They're just going to listen to our podcast. So let me explain this. So Briar is at the makeup table, and she explains to whoever's sitting next to her that she's a little pissed at Athena because she was helping Athena sew things on her dress or help make her dress with the proviso that Athena would give her some of her materials, okay, in exchange, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Athena is alerted that she's talking about her, comes over, and they have a discussion where Athena's like, well, you're the one that stopped help. What was Athena's argument again?
I thought she was the one saying, like, well, you said you would help me with my gloves, but then you didn't want the fabric, so then you didn't do the gloves, or something like that.
Yeah, it gets, there is a very much a he said, she said in this one. And, you know, like I said, I always pride myself on, you know what I'm going to say. But this is a hard one for me because I want to say that I'm on Athena's side.
Mm-hmm.
Just my gut instinct tells me that Athena's version of the story is closer to the truth. Mm-hmm. But then I'm wondering, am I being biased because I think Athena has winner energy? I do like that she's a very seasoned queen. I do think I approved of almost all the choices she's made so far. And on the other side, Briar has been really obnoxious, really annoying, getting in everyone's face. So, but is that a reason for me not to believe her?
Well, Athena just is more believable than Briar, who's given like Ginger Minge liar energy.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, sometimes a villain does speak more truth, right? And so
Yeah.
if she's a villain, maybe she is. But the thing is, I got a bit lost in what the fuck they were talking about. I just ended up really enjoying the little fight and like the clapbacks. And I thought Athena was really fucking funny when she said, you wear less than me with more to cover. And I was like, okay, well, you've won the argument for me. So I don't care what the truth is. Athena's the winner in that moment.
But then I've been the Briar and I am the Briar too. I've been on both sides. I've been the Athena. There's this young gay at work, right?
Yeah.
Who I don't help anymore. But he used to be like, help me. And then when you have to do this hard thing later, I'll help you. And
Sure.
2 times already, I've helped him. And then when it's time to pay the piper, he's like, oh, no, you got this. You can do it yourself. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, now I don't help you anymore. Right. So I've done that. I've been on that side. But on the Briar Blush side, I feel there are people who will, if I say, oh, this person did X, Y, Z, all that person has to say is, you know how Joe exaggerates, right? So of course this is the trend. Everyone goes like, oh no, that's right. Until then it never happened. So they just don't believe me because what's wrong?
Yeah, you've just got me thinking. I think maybe Briar's telling the truth.
Oh, really?
Well, because the gloves never end up existing, which signals to me that Athena really did need Briar to make those gloves. So she didn't have the skill to make those gloves. And Briar didn't make the gloves because she didn't get the material, right? But like, couldn't you just say, oh, hey sister, I'm not using this material. Here, have it anyway. Like and gloves seem like they're hard to make. So why would you say, yeah, I'll give you this, which I'm not using, but you have to then spend, I don't know, 30 minutes of your time making a glove?
I don't know where
Doesn't
I
seem
fall.
fair.
I don't know where I fall. But now we're going to go to another Athena affair, which is her kind of bitching that Juicy Love Dion, how Athena has this standing gig in Mykonos, and she's taken 2 years in a row, she's taken Juicy Love Dion with her. And I think it kind of irked Athena. There could be an All About Eve kind of thing going on here. That it kind of irked Athena that when Juicy walked in, she's called herself the Princess of Miami and Greece or something.
Mykonos.
Oh, she actually said Mykonos. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of bothered Athena because I think it felt like in All About Eve, there's a big chunk of the movie is, you know, Margot, played by Bette Davis, sort of saying like, this bitch is up to shit. And everyone's like, no, what are you talking about? She's great. Right. And I kind of, do you kind of get that sense as like an All About Eve kind of thing?
I don't even think
Have you seen
Juicy's
All About
aware
Eve?
of it. No, I haven't.
Oh, you should.
But I don't think Juicy's aware of that at all. I think Athena was sort of being a bit sensitive with that because, like, what is she meant to do? Walk in and say, I'm the princess of fucking Boston and Mykonos, and then be like, but my mother did take me there for the past 2 years. It's because of her that I'm the princess of Mykonos.
But let me ask
that's
you,
not a great entrance.
Let
line.
me flip this question, because we all know that they knew that they were going to be there. Let's say Athena wasn't on this season and it was just Juicy Love Dion. Do you think she goes in there and calls herself the queen of Miami and Mykonos?
Oh, Miami. Queen or princess?
Queen. Now, because she's saying princess because Athena's there. She knows Athena's there.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. I think princess is kind of better, though.
Maybe.
It's more cutesy. That's more her vibe.
But does she think that's
it's
her
kind
vibe?
of something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts on Elimination Day?
I just wish there was... Oh, wait, no, nothing. This is the day before. But I just wish there was a walkthrough, is all I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. All right, now it's time for the... No, we're not going to, the people have spoken, so I did not ask Mr. Blackstone to come back this season.
Oh, wow.
Helen might make an appearance here and there. Sparingly, like a good tickle, right?
That would be good.
Yeah, just a good tickle here and there. But primarily, maybe I'm going to say, just like in the tickle situation, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just between us girls on executive tier and above, maybe three max episodes of Helen will appear somewhere when it's appropriate, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But no more Mr. Blackstone. I know he was a controversial person,
Oh, yeah, he was awful.
Look, there was going to be an episode at a certain point he was going to say the N-word. We just be honest, right? I'm surprised he didn't say it last season.
We're not standing for that.
No. But anyway, but we will spend a little time here. Just were there any outfits of note that you want to talk about or anything here?
Oh, well, okay. So the good, I thought, Nini Coco was great. Let me see. Yeah, the Discord one. We should probably talk about that since it became contentious just because she kept.
We're talking about Discord Adams.
Yeah. So Discord Adams, she thought she was fucking great. And you know what? It was good. But then at the end of the day, it just looked like feathers. Like feathers stuck to a corset kind of a vibe.
Yeah. So
I was like, it did look good, but maybe not as good as she was saying it was. Mm-hmm. A couple that I hated was this Mandy. I thought that was dreadful because the flowers were sort of too small on her body, but then too big on her head. And the shape was okay, but it was just very ugly. Mm. Who else was bad? Who was the other one in the bottom? Kenya. Yeah, that was bad. The one I thought was really bad and she got away with it was Dee Dee. It looked like... It was, when it's like someone falls into a lake and then the ambulance comes and they put them in those little like silver blankets. It looked like she was wearing one of those.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was... I don't know how she got away with that. I thought that was dreadful. But overall, I mean, I love a design challenge like this because you get to see dreadful looks as well as good looks. Yeah, it was a good mix. I will say for me, I love Nini's just right out the bat. And so I'm glad it landed up being the winner. I'm going to say, what the fuck is her name? Let me find her name here. So something Mitchell. What's the Mitchell one? Trash Mitchell? Oh, Darlene Mitchell. Darlene Mitchell. I thought that one was horrible. I was like, this one's going to be in the bottom for sure. She wasn't. Really? Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I didn't think it was constructed well. I didn't think it was. I didn't like it. So I was. It was uninspired for sure. So somebody asked who I would have switched out in the bottom three. I think wasn't that, or I don't know. Maybe I'm in the top three, but I would have put her in that mix too. Mm-hmm. I think I might have put her even over this Juicy Love Dion. Yeah, the critiques are right when they said like the top bit's nice when it's moving, but that skirt was just the proportions were wrong. I think ultimately she was there because she didn't really do anything. But also I want to say, they were the whole vibe of this was that we're doing unconventional materials from the Drag Race vault from previous seasons. Mm-hmm. And I wish they would have really made the girls stick to their guns, and we should have been able to see the inspiration, and they could have put it up on a side-by-side. So, like, for instance, with Nini, you could have put up Lala Ree's super paper bag dress and then see what she did, in homage to that. Or I think the umbrellas was a very clear homage, right? Wasn't that? And I was getting Beetlejuice from that, but I don't know. I don't know where it came from. Maybe like Ben de la Creme or something? I don't know what it was. But the point is, like, I wish they could have made the girls stick to that gun
and we could have seen that. I wish we could have seen that.
Agreed. And that's why I think Nini's was the best, just because it was so obviously a La La Ree look, you know, but like done well. Whereas the others, I didn't get the Drag Race vault of it.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. Back on the main stage, Nini Coco, Vita Von T Star, and Jane Don't were in the top, while Kenya Pleaser, Mandy Mango, and Juicy Love Dion were in the bottom. Later backstage, Cardi B makes a surprise visit to the girls and brings her glam squad with her. Back on the main stage, Jane Don't and Juicy Love Dion are safe, while Kenya Pleaser and Mandy Mango are placed in the bottom two. But in a surprise twist, it's a non-elimination episode, and the bottom two are safe. That leaves Nini Coco and Vita Von T Star left to duke it out in a lip-sync battle for the win. The song, Enough by Cardi B. After all was said and done, Nini Coco was named the winner of the episode, and Vita Von T Star lived to see another day. Nathan Patrick Brown, any final thoughts on the episode?
Well, yeah, I thought the most interesting, like, sort of little format change was that we got such an untucked, like, in the episode with Cardi B coming back. And I wonder if they're going to do that every week, because...
I hope not. That's the worst part of Untucked.
Well, yeah, I mean, it worked with Cardi B because I liked seeing more of her and, like, her dolls. I thought that was actually, like, really cool. But, like, what happens when it's, like, Shania Twain or someone who doesn't give a fuck? Like, we can't be wasting proper airtime on them. So I don't know if they'll do it more, but I do like seeing Untucked in the main episode, like, because it sort of gives us more like we get that moment where Discord Adams, she's like, hey, can I have a personal critique, which by the way I thought was fucking embarrassing, like that's so cringe, but like that sort of builds more story around her. So it's like, if you're not watching Untucked, you're getting the gist. So I want to see how that goes, because I did quite like this episode, but it might have diminishing returns. And the only other thought I have is that I think maybe Jane Good's homophobic dad might be a little fruity. Like the way he was so intense for the Boy Scouts, like that sounds pretty gay to me. So I
you do have to do things like that for the Boy Scouts.
Sounds fruity, Joe. I want to get to reunion and then find out that like she's reunited with her dad and he's come out late in life. Like I want to see what happens there.
I thought Cardi B was a really good judge. I was actually a little surprised by how good she was.
Well, she was super silent during the runway walks. Like, she wasn't cracking jokes or anything. And I was like, oh, is she going to be shit? But then she came real good.
Yeah. And then, we could talk a little bit more about this, but both Mandy, Mango, and Jane Don't, you brought up the dad sewing and the Mandy. Why are you putting it all out there, episode 1? This is the same as when you have a girl who does a lot of dancing tricks, does all her best tricks in the first lip sync. It's like, girl, save it. Because you're going to have nothing else later. Mandy Mango has nothing else to go to now, unless there's some other tragic thing we haven't heard about. Like, we've heard about her being a nurse enough.
Yeah.
So, anyway, anything else, Nathan?
No.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Special thanks to our producer this week, Scott Dreyer. Be sure to join us next weekend every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. So for Nathan Patrick Brown and myself,
sashay away until next week.
Thank you for listening to RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. You can also leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ content, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia or on the app. Very special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: Holly Ann Marie, Ram Crackers, Mike Yeager, Efren Barboza, Philskit Pony, Scott Dreyer, Travis Newland, Tom Bombs, Mary Shine, Lucy Carrasco, Astute Girl, Dave, Runner Brandon, Humble Pie, E. Smith, JTP, Nikki Pettit, Doofus Maximus, Kathy Zender, Nikki Baker, Peter Teef, Derek Byers, Coco San Pedro, Poppy Woods, Lauren Eckert, Brad Coley, Katie Whitmire, AJ Norris, and Sarah Yu. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.
This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife, feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. But it's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI's not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. Their clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. They offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions that isn't one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will find that their mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the healthcare they deserve. Because they believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It is the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.